didn't have many penalties, so they did a good job there. But we had 2 interceptions. We had a fumble inside the 5. We had a holding penalty at the 15 going in. So just things that kept us from scoring, and that's obviously not what we need. We addressed all that with the offense yesterday, and we had by far our best practice today. Offense and defense competed, and it was a really good team practice.
Is that the value of having a scrimmage now and then come right back to practicing next day and see what went wrong and then correct it?
It is, and we've got so many young ones. They walk into Keeneland Stadium for the first time, and it changes. Things just speed up, and it's they're thinking opening game. They're thinking Miami. They're thinking fans in those seats, and it's totally different. So it was great for us to get out there and have that scrimmage. We're working really, really hard every day on 1-minute offense before the half and 1-minute offense at the end of the game, just so we can make sure that we know what we're going to do at the end of close games to win.
Players said you treat this like the Appalachian State game. How is that an impact on how the scrimmage was executed?
I treat every day as some game, different game, so it wasn't Appalachian, but I thought that we've used 4 or 5 of the others. I thought first time in the stadium, Appalachian will be in the stadium. So to try to get them to start visualizing what a game's going to be like and what it's going to be in pregame and all of that, we just pick out a game every time that we scrimmage, or every time, like if we practice at 3:30, that's for South Carolina. If we practice at 8 at night, that's for Miami. So we're trying to simulate their feeling of walking in the dressing room, walking out, getting on the field with us for the first time.
The offense or defense wasn't like Appalachian State's offense or defense?
No, it has nothing to do with it. It's all mind games.
After seeing the quarterbacks in the scrimmage yesterday, are you seeing separation there at all?
No, one quarterback, Jace, didn't scrimmage. He had tell him what he had, Jeremy. I'm not supposed to say that. You are.
Lower body.
He had a lower body, something that did not keep him out of practice today. If that makes any sense at all with our new world. But Cade and Sam competed, but the offense was inconsistent. So we had drop balls, we had interceptions, so neither quarterback separated yesterday.
Was there any separation in some other key battles that you're looking at?
I think the separation yesterday was the defense really whipped the offense, and that's good for us. We haven't been consistently good on defense. We weren't in the spring, and with those guys back now that weren't here in the spring, the offense just ran down the field in the spring and did whatever they wanted to. So it's really, really good right now that the defense is stepping up and pressing the offense and making them get tougher, making them make better decisions and making them compete harder. So that's really helping us right now. We'd rather find out that we got some issues we got to fix right now than Sunday after South Carolina.
Miles Dorn was really high on the linebackers yesterday.
Who?
Miles Dorn was really high on the linebackers. Who we talking about the scrimmage? How did they perform, and how's that group coming along?
The group's coming along well. It's just the most inexperienced group in the country. You got 2 older ones with John Smith and Dominic Ross, but then Surratt's never played in a ball game. Your 2 freshmen have never played in a college ball game, and then you've got Gimmel, who hadn't played really at all at that position in a game, and Matt Flynn that hadn't played at all. So poor old Tommy may lose his hair, but they're athletic and they're trying and we're making progress there. We didn't have good fits early, and they just, this offense has got a lot of misdirection and a lot of things that make it hard for linebackers, and they're doing a lot better now.
Surratt said he felt more comfortable linebacker. Can you sense that in him, the way he's playing, the way he's playing?
Yes, he's plenty physical. He can tackle. He's 4'5". He's 230 pounds, and all he's got to do is do a better job of reading the play and just growing with his instincts, because he's got to have every possible mental rep that he can have, because he just hadn't done it before.
Is there anything you would like to see better from the quarterbacks that stood out yesterday that you really work on and improve on?
Well, it's hard for any of the 3 to lead right now because none of them are the starter.
Yeah.
So that's one of the negatives of having 3. But what we're doing with them is just trying to get some consistency. Who's getting the ball in the end zone? And now that we're dealing with situations in practice, 1 minute and such, now that we've had our scrimmage, they're understanding that offense did not play well. So right now it's not about quarterback, it's about the whole offense getting better so we can decide on quarterback.
Mack, is it the defensive play yesterday and last week, is that indication that they really kind of started to pick up on and embrace Jay's scheme?
Yes, they're embracing the scheme. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now. We did sign a good class overall, so a lot of those freshmen are trying to play some. It's hard for them to adjust to the pace, the speed, the hitting at this level immediately. So some of them have to slow down a little bit. They'll be a little bit better by mid-season, but by and large, the defense should be ahead of the offense, and they are. And I told the offense last night, you all need to get the swagger and the confidence that the defense is getting. The only way you can do that is whip them and move the ball. And they stepped up better today.
Matt, you said from the day you were hired, you like fixing things, and you brought that up, I think, in one of the first practices. What is it about kind of solving those kind of problems and fixing those things? What is it that appeals to you?
Well, I like figuring out our identity in all three phases. Who are we? What do we do best? Who do you get the ball to? Who's your best blitzer? Who's your best pass rusher? And then figuring your schemes out around those. Everybody says, well, you're not a scheme guy, or it doesn't fit your scheme. Well, your scheme has to fit who you've got. That's what coaching is, and that's what I've challenged our coaches to do. And then offensively, when you bring in an air raid offense with power running, we're going to run the ball. We haven't done that as well as we need to, so we've really got to work on the running game because we've got a lot of good running backs. So to me, that's what I do. I work with the coaches a lot more than the players and sit down and tell them. I got a whole list of stuff. Used to write notes, and now I got a whole list on my phone of things that'll be the hour-and-a-half staff meeting this afternoon. It's just a whole list of them. So, yeah, more than I wanted.
Is that something you missed in the sense of when you weren't coaching, that kind of getting your hands dirty and trying to figure out how do you fix something that needs fixing?
I do, and how to pick up a kid that's down. There'll be some guys that got hurt today, and how bad are they hurt? Are they going to miss? And we go pick them up, and that's why I sit with different sets of young guys at lunch every day and dinner at night, so I can ask them questions and talk to them. And so between trying to mentor the young people and pick them up, trying to help our coaches with the knowledge that I've had in coaching to help fix our stuff that we need, trying to help a team that has no confidence get some confidence. And how do you win fourth quarter games? And we constantly talk about that, and I love all that stuff.
One last thing I want to ask you about as a coach. When you left Texas, how do you think you're different now as a coach versus 5 years ago?
I can look back and see that things that I should have changed at the end at Texas that I didn't. And I've got more energy, more excitement now. 30 straight years, a long time. I know you all never get bored of writing, and you're excited about every one you write. You create an edge every time you sit down. But in coaching in 30 years, that's hard to do. And I've got that edge back. I've got that excitement back. I can't wait till the meeting. I can't wait to see kids at lunch and tell them that's better. That was better. That's what I'm talking about. That's really fun for me.
Do you see your running backs being the group that kind of surprises people this year?
Yes, and I think people know we have good running backs, but that's our best group right now, without question. And you take Michael Carter and Javonte Williams and Antonio Williams, and they can play anywhere. They're all three really good players.
So we need separation on who you want to snap the ball and who's playing that. I think it's with the left guard spot.
Yeah, no, we're our center and right guard spots we've gone back and forth with Nick. He had a bad snap yesterday, so we're trying to get him settled, but it's really center and right guard that we're trying to get settled on, and we're still mixing things up, trying to figure out the best combination.
And also, how has Coach Dre Bly adapted to coaching in college? He hasn't been a coach at this level. What do you see from him? What do you like? What do you think he needs to work on?
I'm really impressed. He starts with passion. Nobody loves the game more than him. Nobody has more emotion than him. He's still a kid at heart. He dances with the kids, and he picks a kid out for a dance contest before we have a team meeting every night. Hey, come here, man, come here, it's you, Jeremy, let's go, Jeremy. And he makes them get up and dance, and then he dances with them. And but on the field, well, recruiting's easy. He's funny, he can talk, he's a Hall of Famer when he walks in the room. I'm going to coach you, and I've been as good as anybody in the country, and kids just love him, and they want to play for him. Same thing out here. And he has been really, really smart to let Jay guide him. And he will listen to Jay, he'll listen to me, he knows he's a rookie. So I've been really, really impressed with his attention span, which at times I thought wasn't very good when he was a player. But he's really learning and doing the things he needs to do on the field.
It's good to have a short attention span at cornerback.
It really is.
Yeah.
But I don't know the cornerback coach, but yes.
Mack, what did you like specifically about the kicking game yesterday?
Ben Kiernan has a tremendous leg. He can really punt it, and that's a real asset for us. And Drew Little, I mean, he was listed as one of the best snappers in the country, and he's really good. So I think those two for sure. Ruggles has missed very few kicks, and a walk-on from Virginia named Jonathan Kim is also punting and kicking very well, so he'd be the backup punter and the backup kicker today. And we're kicking last-second field goals throughout practice all the time to put a lot of pressure on them. In fact, defense threw their gloves at them the other day, and they missed one. And the offensive coach, he says, "We don't mind you screaming. We don't mind you getting around him. Would you please not throw your gloves while he's kicking, because that's not going to be legal during the game." So we had to hold the gloves back.
The first practice, you weren't really happy with the kicking.
No, but you're usually not.
So that was just the one. It's been better since then.
It has been better since. Michael Rubino is our kickoff guy. He's kicking it about 7 yards deep, so that really helps us for our kickoff coverage. But you work harder on punt than anything else, because that's the one that can get you beat faster than anything else. And we had to take Ben out of here because he was hitting the roof with his punts, and it wasn't helping our punt catchers, and it's a pretty big feat when you start looking at that. So we took him outside to do his punting, and he was a little nervous when he walked into Kenan Stadium for the first time, but I think he still had a 60-something yarder yesterday.